Energy, an enigma that defies the laws of creation and destruction. Have you ever wondered if there's a hidden connection between this energy and the mysterious power of manifestation? Well, join us as I embark on a journey to unravel the ancient mysteries that lie beneath the surface of modern concepts. You see, manifestation, often associated with the law of attraction, isn't just about wishful thinking. It's a cosmic force that's been whispered across centuries. And here's the twist. This cosmic force isn't a secret known only to our generation. No, it's woven deep into the fabric of ancient wisdom, buried within scriptures older than time itself. As we dive into the depths of the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedas, we'll uncover an astonishing revelation about the soul, one that echoes the law of conservation of energy as we know it today. And as we delve deeper, we'll uncover the ultimate form of manifestation, Yoga Nidra, an age-old practice that transcends time and space. And it doesn't stop there. We'll explore the enchanting world of Mantras and Yantras, where sounds and symbols hold the key to unlocking cosmic energies. So stay tuned. Namaste everyone, I'm Sanjana and I welcome you to my channel Echoes from Epochs. I hope to rediscover ancient wisdom and attribute many of today's practices to their original sources. My mission is to contribute to the preservation of India's rich cultural heritage through extensive research into ancient Indian scriptures, spanning the realms of science, technology, philosophy, mathematics, and much more. Along this journey, I aim to debunk myths surrounding India and its history, offering a more accurate portrayal of its contributions to the world. Energy. It can neither be created nor destroyed, only converted from one form to another. This is what the law of conservation of energy states. In fact, Albert Einstein himself said something which formed the basis for all the work done in quantum physics today. But it can also help us understand the law of attraction and all things manifestation. He said, everything is energy. That is all there is to it. Once you match the frequency of the reality you want, you cannot help but get that reality. And he further adds, mind you, this is not philosophy, but physics. Manifestation was the focus of a 2006 best-selling book, The Secret, which sold more than 30 million copies worldwide. And today, the term manifestation is plastered all across social media, with influencers to common users talking about it. Essentially, manifestation is bringing something tangible into your life through attraction and belief. The basic elements of manifestation includes setting clear goals, asking the universe, with respect of course. The universe is a being. It has energy. So when you ask the universe something, you ask it with gratitude and kindness. It's just like going to a restaurant. You don't order in a rude manner. So please and thank you are still relevant in the spiritual world. Another element is vision boards. Vision boards help visualize your success, and this basically means that you immerse yourself in a visual representation of what you want or hope to achieve. This helps create a positive and powerful image in your mind, making it easier to believe in your ability to achieve those things. There are many other elements of manifestation. But now, have we heard this information before? Is it new to us? Have we in fact known this, and on an even deeper scale? Well, the verse from the Bhagavad Gita seems to indicate that yes, we have. A translation would be, the soul is neither created nor destroyed, it only transforms from one body to another. The soul is neither born nor does it ever die, nor having once existed, does it ever cease to be. The soul is without birth, eternal, immortal, and ageless. It is not destroyed when the body is destroyed. Now let's replace the word soul with energy, and what do we get? Something that sounds a lot like the law of conservation of energy. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna states that the eternal nature of the soul has been established, which is ever existing and beyond birth and death. What we call as death is merely the destruction of the body, but the immortal self remains unaffected by all bodily changes. This concept has been repeatedly emphasized in the Vedas. For example, the Kato Upanishad, which was written earlier than the Bhagavad Gita, contains a mantra almost identical to this one. The Veda also contains the earliest allusions to manifesting techniques. The idea that the cosmos is produced according to one's ideas can be formed in the 2nd century BC Hindu text, when one of the first Upanishads, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, was written. In this Upanishad, it says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." This statement is very similar to what we know as the law of attraction. The law of attraction states that our thoughts and feelings create our reality. So if we want to manifest something into our lives, we need to think and feel as if it is already happening. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also contains another interesting statement about manifestation. It states, "It is desire that is the root of action." Again, this is in line with the law of attraction as we know it today. Our desires are what fuel our actions, so if we want to manifest something, we need to have a strong desire for it. It also states that the manifested result of all action is nothing but the relative universe. And this may sound complicated, but we've heard a similar version in today's modern practices, where it is said to simply manifest the life you want as it already exists, but is simply in an undifferentiated form. Going back to the original example of Albert Einstein, it could be understood that science and quantum physicists today are telling us that this is true, because the universe is something that exists in your mind first. So if you envision your reality the way you want it and focus on taking action accordingly, you will be able to change your vibration, and your vibration that you have altered will give you a new result. But what I just revealed to you was already mentioned in this Upanishad that can be dated from the 9th century BCE to 6th century BCE, so almost 2,500 years ago. Now I hope you're still with me as I bring out yet another mind-boggling concept, which is Yoga Nidra, and how this relates to the ultimate form of manifestation. Yoga Nidra transcends time and space. It is mentioned first in the Bhagavad Purana, chapter 1, Creation. At the bed of the lotus-naveled Vishnu, when the termination of every yuga, the deity immeasurable power enjoys Yoga Nidra, the deep sleep under the spell of spiritual meditation. How then does a single unmanifest give rise to a vast manifested multiplicity? Clearly, creation as a process needs space, time, and power. These are considered part of the supreme divine, respectively. Infinity, eternity, and Maya. Lord possesses a divine clock, which is a source and regulator of all time. And since every being is but a part of this Parabrahman, we are able to manifest in our own little ways. In the Vedas, manifestation is described in much more detail, with numerous advanced techniques, including Mantras, Yantras, and Tantas. The word mantra finds its origin in Sanskrit, where man means mind and tra is the shortened form of the word trayate, meaning to transcend. Therefore we get that mana trayate iti mantra, which delivers and purifies, is a mantra. A modern day mantra would be this. But a more nuanced version of this would be the Lakshmi Kubera mantra for wealth and prosperity, for example. Of course, this has to be chanted with devotion and involves many more rituals. But if we also tie the power of manifestation to yantras, which directly translates to a machine or contraption to transcend, we find the Shri Yantra. The Shri Yantra consists of 9 interlocking triangles that surround a central point known as the Bindu. Each triangle represents a different aspect of the divine, and when these triangles are combined, they create a complex and powerful symbol that is believed to hold immense spiritual and material power. In fact, there was an experiment conducted on Shri Yantras, where the infinite sound of the universe, Om, is fed into a cymatic device. A cymatic device converts sound vibrations into visible representations. I can link the video down in the description, but I highly recommend watching. It is a short video, but truly fascinating to observe. Mantras and Yantras are enchanting tools where sounds and symbol hold the key to unlocking cosmic energies. The Shri Yantra is a contraption or visual representation of the power, similar to modern-day vision boards used for similar purposes. But remember, we've barely scratched the surface. The law of attraction, as we know it, is just the tip of the iceberg. The law of attraction can be regarded as a lower degree truth, which is applicable more in personal ambitions, especially in material achievements. The Vedas and even the manifestation techniques in the Gita are on a higher plane, where the implementations are applicable to both material and spiritual achievements. But what does this mean? Well, let's take a look. Going back to the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the principle of manifestation is clear. However, the writer strongly disapproves of a person getting caught up in the web of desires. He writes, "These two hankerings after the ends and the means are the desire prompted by which an ignorant man helplessly enmeshes himself like a silkworm. To him it is simple. Desire is something to be acquired, and since these extend no farther than results and means, which are either visible or invisible, it is proper to say that it is the sphere of an ignorant man. Hence, the wise should renounce them." Basically, it is easy to get caught up in the process of manifesting your desires and watching as they unfold in front of you. However, through absorption in the path of these rituals, one becomes outgoing in his tendencies and does not know his self. Let's take an example. If I want to earn 1 million in a year, I apply the law of attraction. In perfect sense, I may achieve it. But along with this achievement, there problems arise. My mental clinging / obsessiveness with this 1 million. My nature may be slightly egoistic with this amount of wealth. And to burst your bubble, the law of attraction is completely dependent on the karmic balance you have in your karmic bank account. If you do not possess enough karma, you won't be able to attract what you want, no matter how much you believe and desire it. In more recent times, this may be packaged as Newton's third law of motion, which states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, but the law of karma has an almost similar explanation. Furthermore, in the iconic verse of the Gita, Krishna says that we have the right to do karma, which is our actions, but have no right over the karma phal, the fruits of the actions. He further says that the fruits of your actions shouldn't be the motivating factor for any of our actions. This type of manifestation was coined the term Nishkam Karma Yoga. But it doesn't end here. To add to this perspective, I must bring up a very popular ritual, the yagna. A word yagna is a very significant one throughout the Bhagavad Gita, perhaps through most of the scriptures in India, indicating that the principle of life consists in sacrifice of some sort or another. The philosophy of India may in a way be summed up by the word yagna, sacrifice. Every moment of our life is a sacrifice that we perform in direction of higher fulfillment, and a sacrifice is therefore a gain and not a loss. In fact, one important encounter with yagnas is the Puranas. We see the story of Sati and Shiva. I'll just give you a quick recap of that. So Sati is the daughter of King Daksha, who is an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva, and she falls deeply in love with him despite her father's disapproval. Ignoring her father's wishes, Sati married Shiva and went to live with him in his abode in the Himalayas. However, King Daksha held a grand yagna, which is a sacrificial ceremony, to which he intentionally did not invite Shiva, expressing his disdain for his son-in-law. Sati, unable to bear her father's disrespect towards her husband, decided to attend the yagna against Shiva's wishes. There, she was humiliated and unable to endure the insults, and immolated herself in the sacrificial fire. When Shiva learned of Sati's tragic death, he was overcome with grief and rage. He performed the cosmic dance of destruction, the Tandava, which threatened to annihilate the entire universe. This tragic love story of Shiva and Sati symbolizes the power of devotion, the consequences of pride, and the eternal bond between the divine couple. But more importantly, it reveals something on the purpose of manifestation and prayers. After listening to this, the question of why it was so vital to have Shiva's presence pops up, doesn't it? Well, if we understood the spiritual significance of a yagna, we know that without Shiva, who represents spiritual truth, a yagna is just for material gain. Our motivation cannot be to use the elements of Sanatan Dharma to become more powerful. We have to have a higher perspective with this. Otherwise, just like Shiva was insulted, it will be an insult to our traditions. This is why manifestation techniques we covered always have a spiritual aspect to them. Manifestation is a multifaceted concept that ties together ancient wisdom with modern understanding. While the law of attraction can be a valuable tool for personal ambitions, it is the spiritual depth of the Bhagavad Gita and Vedic philosophy that provides a more profound and holistic perspective. It is our duty not to dismiss things that we don't understand, but instead take the initiative to learn why. Once we do, we find that ancient India was a place where spirituality embraced modern science. These rituals are more than just tradition, they're a tapestry of innovation woven through time. So the next time you come across modern-day manifestation, take a moment to marvel at the resurrection of ancient knowledge that it represents. This is but one example of all there is to explore, experience, and embrace from ancient India. And the journey will truly be extraordinary. So until my next video, may you find inner peace and harmony on your path to spiritual growth. Namaste.